All right, welcome to the last episode of the Couch Bros NFL podcast. What an achievement for everybody in the NFL to actually finish the season, due to COVID, due to pandemic, due to all the things and all the commitments that you had to make, the isolating, the quarantining that you had to do, all the tests that you got to go through, bro. I know that these guys are so happy that the season is over. Like, because they get to live to some semblance of normalcy. Like, they don't have to be as stringent. They don't have to be doing all this stuff. Like, they don't have to worry about giving themselves to a greater good. They could just go ahead and relax. So, I just want to go ahead and commend anybody that played in the season. It's hard enough to play in the NFL as it is. Like, it's a brutal fucking sport. And to do it under those circumstances, dog. So, it's just an achievement to everybody involved that this actually got finished. It was gonna get finished. Too much money on the line. Like, we know that, right? But to everybody, to a man, they still had to put a product on the field, and they were able to do that, man. And the product, the culmination of the season, that specific product that I'm talking about, it wasn't a great game, but it was still interesting for a bunch of reasons because so many things were on the line, like we said, leading up to the Super Bowl. This wasn't just the average Super Bowl, like, because the Super Bowl had to be played. This is a Super Bowl that had so many different storylines, so many different legacies, things that could be built, put you in a different class. Andy Reid could have been a top 10 head coach after this Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes could have put himself in a different tier of quarterbacks and having the greatest 3-year run or starting 3 years of all time. Tom Brady already was a made man, bro, but he had something to play because he had to win a championship without Bill Belichick. So it was a lot, and it was a lot of intrigue the entire duration. But the actual game ended up being a fucking blowout. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. It wasn't odd because once you saw it play out, it was like, oh yeah, duh. The Bucks have crazy speed at defense. The Bucks are a bigger team than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is talented, but it's small. You could run on them, and Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette both averaged over 5 yards a carry in that game, bro. So once you see it play out, you're like, oh yeah, they can't. Like Swarnson's supposed to cover Rob Gronkowski and Cameron Brate, dog. Like Tyrann Mathieu, like duh. Like this all makes fucking sense, bro. So how do you feel in your perspective in the game, Rob?
Watching the game, and we all watched it at your house together, and it definitely didn't play out the way I thought it would, man. I was number one, I will say I was not. I knew they were going to be down some offensive linemen. I didn't know they'd be down 4 out of 5 starters. I guess that played more of a factor than we thought. But watching the game, the number one thing that stands out to me is just how impressive the Bucs defense was. And then when you sit back and you scale it back a little bit, and you think about the way they've played this whole playoff run, I mean, they've been spectacular, bro. Like dating back to even when they played the GOAT legend Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying? But nah, back to the game though. The Bucs had a very what you would call a simplified game plan, but it did what they needed to do. It allowed them to keep Patrick Mahomes in front of them. And the Chiefs just played right into their hands. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was watching some film breakdowns of the game, and it's, like, crazy how, like, the Chiefs just were so – they kind of were trying to revert back to, like – you mentioned it last week on the podcast. You talked about how they have had turned into this methodical surgeon of a team, like, where they can – kill you by 1,000 paper cuts. But in the Super Bowl, they were looking a lot for the big play, which is odd considering the fact that your offensive line couldn't block. Patrick Mahomes ran 5 football fields in one game. Like, he was pressured 30 plus times. Like, that goes to show you just how ferocious, how much veracity the Bucs defense had. And then the Chiefs were like, we were talking about it before the podcast, like, the Chiefs were able to run the ball. They had success running the ball. Edwards-Helaire averaged 7 yards per carry, and the Chiefs didn't take advantage of that. They didn't take advantage of the play action. When you consider the fact that the Bucs played primarily cover 2 zone, there was one particular play where they ran cover 2 man, And they didn't run man after this because Patrick Mahomes ran. This is the play where he was wide the fuck open. He ran for like 12, 13 yards. So after that, they're just like, okay, we're not playing man no more. We're just going to play zone, make sure we always have eyes on this nigga, and it worked. And then Patrick Mahomes was a little off early in the game. He missed a couple throws. He made some throws. God damn, bro. Like this nigga, Patrick Mahomes might have had the greatest would-be awesome plays game I've ever seen because he made 3 or 4 throws that I never see anybody make, and I don't think any human being should be able to make. But all in all, the game was fascinating. It was you watched it. I had the feeling most of the game that, okay, the Chiefs are going to turn it on, but like somewhere in the third quarter, not even towards the end, somewhere in the middle of the third quarter, I was like, damn, this might be the way it is right now.
Well, the game was it was a boring game. The only excitement was thinking about the fact that the Chiefs may come back. And I know last week I picked the Chiefs. I wanted to say Tampa Bay, and I'm so happy I was wrong. But after last night, Sunday night, watching the game, seeing what Pat Mahomes bring to the Chiefs, without an O-line, bro, he made a lot of spectacular passes, a lot of spectacular decisions that just didn't play out. Like the whole team, it seemed like the whole offense didn't come to play. A lot of balls hitting people in the head, hitting in their hands. I was so impressed with Pat Mahomes and how he was able to not get sacked and only get sacked 3 times. How many times he stepped into the pocket, It was crazy to see him do that in real time because I always only watch the highlights. And most of the time when you see him, when I watched him play, he didn't do that. He didn't have to scramble to that extent for his life because most of the time he can't, no one pressures him that much for him. Like, it reminded me of, I forgot what Super Bowl it was, but when Tom Brady went against the Legion of Boom. And every time, like they were getting to him, he just passed it out in nick of time. And that's what he did, bro, with moving around in the pocket. And it was odd. I was at odd to see him play like that. I was like, okay, I understand why everybody thinks he's the best now. Or better than Aaron Rodgers. I thought it was they were about the same, but nah. He's absolutely something else, something special. And everybody knew, bro. We knew that Tampa Bay had the talent to win. Just believing that they would actually win is where everybody was at, you know?
I wouldn't even say just believing they'd actually win. It's just the fashion in which they did it. Like, I don't think anybody watching, most people, if you were to say that a team was going to win this game 31-9, I guarantee you most people would have said the Chiefs would have been the team that scored 31 points. I don't think a lot of people saw it flipping the other way. And that's a testament to how the Chiefs have been these past couple of years. I mean, this was like Patrick Mahomes prior to this game had never lost the game by more than double digits. He had always scored at least, I think it was 20 points in a game, or was it 26 points or something like that. So there was a lot of first time negative stats for the Chiefs, for these Mahomes Chiefs. And you got, the Bucs defense, I'm watching Devin White fly around. You were saying it during the game. You were just like, damn, this nigga Devin, I'm always seeing this nigga Devin White. He had 12, 13 tackles. Shaq Barrett, man, he was ferocious. Sue was ferocious. Fucking the entire defense was just geeked up, bro. And it showed that's the effect that a nigga like Tom Brady has. This season, it's Tom Brady's career is like a storybook career. This is literally the stuff of legends, bro. This is the type of shit you tell people when they're just like, nah, bro. We witnessed this shit, bro. The fact that Tom Brady was a 6th round pick, damn near barely even made the team, only got a start because the starting quarterback got hurt, and he is now undoubtedly the greatest quarterback of all time, undoubtedly the greatest football player of all time, and now is in the pantheon of the greatest of the great. Who the fuck would have thought? Like, it's beautiful.
All right, so yeah, I want to stick on to that point because to me, I feel like that's a more interesting conversation than the actual game. Like, we don't really have to break down the game. Everybody watched the game. Almost 100 million people watched the game. They can see for themselves, right? To Gerson's point, though, right? This is what I don't want to get lost. I want to make sure that anybody who is listening, and we all came away from that game, like me specifically, he did not look good, and I've never been more impressed with him. And I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't think people understand what he was doing because he did it so instinctively. You're not supposed to get away from that kind of pressure. You're not supposed to have that kind of stamina to keep doing that all day. The man ran for 497 net yards, bruh. Be just running away from people, dog. Like the one to Tyreek Hill, right? The cornerback blitz, both cornerbacks blitzes, free blitzer. He wasn't even looking that way. Like, he has an eye in the back of his head, bro. He juked him, ran to the side, across his body, flick of the wrist, 50 yards in the fucking air, hit somebody in the yeah, bro. Like, hit somebody in the fucking face mask, dog. Tyreek Hill's a really good receiver. Tyreek Hill didn't believe that shit could come out of his hands, bro. Like, that was the last thing. He's like, wait, what? But so I want people to go away coming from that game like, that is the best football player in football. He just went against the best team in football. And I don't care how good you are, how dynamic you are. It's still a team game, bro. You feel me? And speaking of team, this is the one thing that I just have to acknowledge and anybody else has to acknowledge about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not the most talented quarterback of all time. That's Dan Marino. That's Brett Favre. That's Aaron Rodgers. That's Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's not about that. And it's clear it's not about that. He is the most efficient quarterback of all time. He is the clutchest quarterback of all time. He will do whatever. He don't care about stats, dog. Like, and I think people think that Tom Brady is some Joe Schmo guy, bro. Like, Tom Brady's out here throwing bombs at 43. Tom Brady is plenty talented now. He's just a self-made man, bruh.
To your point on how him being plenty talented and self-made man, Tom Brady's career is so insane. First of all, he's the only guy to win 3 championships. I mean, at least he's won in 3 decades. No one's done that. No one in football history has won in 3 different decades, right? Not only that, this nigga Tom Brady. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I had a good train of thought going, bro. I forgot what it was. Go ahead, Herb.
Hey, bro, it happens to the best of us, dog. But like, back to speaking to your point, like, this is where we're gonna get into the actual like greatest of all time, just across sports, right? Like you said, bro, this man has won a championship in 3 different decades. Is he the first person to do that in sports? No, but he did it in the hardest sport to do it in, football. You're not supposed. It's designed for you to not keep winning like this, bro. Like, and I think that it is just an intangible, like, you know what it's called. Like, you get the gap. It's now I'm having a train of thought. What's the freaking word, bro? Not even X Factor, bro. It's bigger than that, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with sports. It's just law of attraction, bro. His law of attraction is to win Super Bowls, bro. But whether it's getting help from the refs, whether it's the tuck rule, whether it's missed field goals, like, stuff happens in his fucking favor, dog. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. And I'm gonna let you, and that's not to take away from him too, because he still has to operate. Like, even 2 years ago when they beat the Chiefs, he threw a pick. What happened? D4 was offsides. And then what happened? He converted 3 straight 3rd and 10s, bro. Like, he will gut you if you make a mistake. And that's his law of attraction. His law of attraction is to inspire people to be at their absolute best, dog. This is the best team he's ever played on. Like, the other 6 Super Bowls that he has weren't stacked teams, bro. Like, he just has good fortune to make a lot of these dudes feel better than they are. Like, he didn't always play with Ty Law. He didn't always play with Darrelle Revis. Nigga, his fucking receiver was a converted. They had his receiver playing cornerback at Deion Branch, bro. Like, this is the type of shit that he is, and we want to give people like that credit. But Danny Amendola was on First Things First. Danny Amendola said, bro, Tom Brady is the Patriot way. Like, he is the system. You feel me? Like, I don't want to hear about none of the coaches and stuff, bro. Tom Brady is the Patriot way, bro. Like, and he said it with such conviction because he knows it, bro.
Of course. Nah, bro. I mean, bro, it's his performance in the Super Bowl. And when you look at how he played in the Super Bowl, like, he didn't have like, spectacular numbers.
Right. But this is what we got to stop doing too, right? And I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about the larger people. We're comparing himself to himself. We got to acknowledge the fact that he's 43. Like, right. Like, people, you can't forget this. This is not 2007. This is not 2013. This ain't even 2017 when he won the fucking MVP. Or when did he win the MVP? Was it 2017?
It was 17,
yeah. This ain't even that version of him, dog. He's not that dude anymore, bruh. You feel me? So the fact that he's still good enough at this age to win a Super Bowl, if your team is decent enough around him, dog, speaks to his consistency, bro. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Tom Brady he's literally the god of execution. I've never seen a quarterback just consistently execute on a basis as much as Tom Brady has, bro. Like, it almost doesn't even fucking compute. You know what I'm saying? When you watch it, and it's even at the age of 43, like, bro, do people understand this nigga? Bro, this nigga Tom Brady's 43. He's fucking 43, bro. Not only is this man 43, threw 40 touchdowns this year, 4,600 yards passing, 12 interceptions. That's fine, bro. This nigga literally, the Bucks got hot in late December and they never looked back. Typical Tom Brady shit. You remember how they used to always say, "Oh, the Patriots in December they turn it on." No, Tom Brady turns it on. Like, and it's just to every point you made, every point Danny Amendola made. And now there's a lot of people saying, and this is in regards to Bill Belichick, a lot of people saying like, "Oh man, he was a fraud." I'm not gonna go there yet because I think Bill Belichick, the GM, put Bill Belichick, the coach, in a real shitty situation that Tom Brady was able to mask for many years. So now it's time to see what Bill. I'm gonna give Bill some time, right? I'm gonna give him some time, but right now, you looking real bad right now, Billy. You looking real bad. I bet the Crafts are sitting there looking at that nigga sideways right now, bro.
Listen, what are the facts about Bill Belichick, bro? Niggas never had a winning season without Tom Brady, outside of one. With Matt Castle, which we already debunked, because Matt Castle was good enough to win 10 games with Andy Reid. So I can't even give him, and people always give him credit for that, dog, forgetting that same fact that Andy Reid got 10 games out of Matt Castle too, bro.
And they actually made the
playoffs. Dog. You feel me? Right. So he was good enough to parlay that into a contract with the Chiefs and still got 10 wins. So I'm not giving him credit for that shit, bro. I know what Bill Belichick was.
That was the one. That was Randy Moss, Welker. They had some good guys on defense. Like, that was like one of the rare. That was coming off the 2007 season where they had a perfect regular season. So Matt Castle played with a loaded team.
Thank you. That's the part. People, you're right, because people act like this nigga was working with fucking Swiss cheese or some shit, dog. Exactly. You feel me? I know that Bill Belichick was a disaster with the Cleveland Browns. I know that he was I'm not going to say disaster, 7-9 with that team with 8 COVID opt-outs and a broken Cam Newton by the end of the season, bro. And you know what? This is a little tangent, bro. Fuck Bill Belichick, dog. He knew what he was going to do to Cam Newton, bro. First game 15 rushing attempts. He knew he was going to run that nigga to the fucking ground, dog. Fucking weasel.
That's why he was fucking giving him compliments.
Yeah, that fucking weasel, dog. He knew what he was going to do to that guy, bro. But yeah, bro. But yeah, let's get back to Tom Brady. Let's get to the actual pantheon, because he was already there, and I don't know why people didn't want to actually acknowledge this, because I don't really see the difference between 6 and 7. But fuck it, you want to say, hey, that's crazy, right? Whatever, right? Because now everybody's like, oh my god, 7 championships, nigga. You could say that last year it was 6. Well, yeah, it was 6 championships, like whatever, bro. But this puts him in the class where he ascends beyond his own sport, and now you got to be in the argument with all the all-time great winners. And we're talking big boys. We're talking Wayne Gretzky. You feel me? This to me is people who are so so much better than the next person in their sport that they transcend the sport, right? Michael Phelps, so much better than any swimmer that's ever existed, right? Serena Williams, so much better than the next woman's tennis player. And people are going to say, why you got to classify her as a woman? Because if she's not that much better than Roger Federer. She's not that much better than Rafael Nadal. She's not that much better than Djokovic. You feel me? Those guys, the three greatest tennis players, male tennis players, all played at the same time.
Bro,
Crazy. You feel me? Crazy. But for her sport, for just women's athletics, in that pantheon. Usain Bolt in that pantheon. Jack Nicholson and Tiger Woods in that pantheon. So that's where he's at. Michael Jordan. And I don't want to put Michael Jordan in it because Michael Jordan isn't that much farther ahead of either LeBron James or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Bill Russell. But if you want to put Michael Jordan in because of what he meant to basketball on a global as far as branding, you feel me, how he took it to another level, fine. But Tom Brady is in that conversation. And I see a lot of people going back and forth saying Tom Brady can't be considered the greatest athlete all time because he's not an athlete. And I'm like, well, he's technically an athlete. Are we talking about athlete because he plays a sport? Then yes, he's one of the greatest athletes ever. Are we talking to him? Fuck no, nigga. The nigga can't even run a 5. Obviously. So it depends on how you want to define it. I define it, you play a sport, you're an athlete. Because if that's the case, then you got to take Tiger Woods out. You feel me? Tiger Woods don't play fucking defense. You feel me? So,
but that would be fair.
Yeah, I understand that, but fair. I see a lot of people keeping Tiger Woods in, but trying to make the argument against Tom Brady, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nah, I mean, I hate people that think like that and operate like that, bro. So, like, I get what you're saying, but to me, like, you can be a great winner. That's cool, bro. You can be a great leader. That's cool. Greatest athlete, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, bro, there's a lot of different sports where people are great at it, but a sport where you have to stop the other person. Like, you can do better. You can be better than someone once or a couple of times, even, just be better at someone. But actually playing defense against someone, actually stopping someone from winning, those type of sports, I would, give them a little bit more credit in that department.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, look, everyone has their definition of what they like. To me, if I hear someone say Tom Brady's the greatest athlete, I'm gonna agree with them because by definition, a quarterback is an athlete. Like he's playing a sport. Now, now if a nigga was just like, oh, Tom Brady's better than Usain Bolt because he's faster than him. Like someone says some crazy shit like that, then nigga, I'm just gonna turn around and walk away because I shouldn't be talking sports with you. You know what I'm saying? But if you tell me Tom Brady's the greatest athlete, you have to think about it like this. And this goes to what we were saying earlier about his law of attraction. Like, how many niggas' careers could have been made or broken from a fucking kick? When you think about the 15-1 Vikings, what's the one thing we remember? They couldn't make the kick against the Falcons in the conference finals. When you think about, I think about Teddy Bridgewater, another Vikings actually playoff game where they had the Seahawks on the rope. They could have killed the Seahawks Super Bowl run before it ever happened. They fucking missed the fucking kick, bro. The Chargers, when they had one of their best teams, one of Phillip Rivers' best years, they go against the Jets, the same Jets that make it to the AFC Championship game, and their kicker Nick Novak missed 3 fucking kicks. This nigga missed 3 kicks, bro. The Patriots in the conference championship against the Ravens. What do we remember about? This is the kicker they had. I forget the kicker's name, but it was the guy they had before Tucker. The Ravens had a chance to go to the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. Missed the kick. Tom Brady, bro, Scott Norwood of the Bills. He started an entire run of awful Super Bowls because he missed one fucking kick. Tom Brady never had that problem. Vinatieri came through for him. Gostkowski came through for him. People have come through for Brady. It's only been, bro, when you even think about his Super Bowl losses, they were all like by inches. He barely lost all his Super Bowls.
He's never got his ass kicked in any Super Bowl he's ever been in, bro.
Not even close.
The 2 that he lost 14-7 against the Giants. And then I think he lost 21-24 or 21-17, I think. And he lost 21-17 the second time. And this is the one Super Bowl where I could say this was, I'm not going to say his fault as a team game, but That's when he should have won because he missed Wes Welker on a seam route, and Wes Welker would have walked into the end zone, and he had to do like a turnaround, and Wes Welker couldn't come down with a catch, bro. And I know that probably eats at him every single day, bro. Even the greatest Super Bowl I've ever seen, a one-man army, the one I'm talking about, what I referenced earlier, bro, against the Eagles. Go watch that Super Bowl, bro. That offense wasn't good. That defense was trash, bro. They gave up 41 points to the Eagles, dog. The Eagles were a monster that year. I understand that. With their backup. Tom Brady shouldn't have been in that game, bro. But what he did, bro, set a fucking Super Bowl record, dog. 505 passing yards, bro. And everybody on that last drive thought he was going to come through and win that game, bro. Brandon Graham made the fucking strip sack of his life, dog. Every nigga on that Eagles sideline would have bubble guts when he had the ball, bro. Like, that is the best game I've ever seen Tom Brady play ever.
Yep.
Like,
I remember that game, bro.
Down multiple linemen just like Patrick Mahomes, like I said, bro. But the thing with Tom Brady is that because he has become the most fundamentally sound quarterback of all time. He's the Tim Duncan of quarterbacks, dog. That's why he's been able to age gracefully. Patrick Mahomes, when Patrick Mahomes hit 36, 37, 38, bro, that nigga can't do this shit no more, dog. He's going to become Brett Favre, bro. And it's going to look real ugly when he's trying to do this shit, dog. It's going to look real ugly, bro. You feel me? Tom Brady on the opposite spectrum, because he wasn't as talented, he worked at the hard shit really, really hard. Making sure your 7-step drop is perfect. Making sure your hips are perfect. Making sure your rotation is perfect. Making sure you protect the ball. Making sure you rip through with the ball. How do you actually protect the ball in the pocket? Like all the little boring, mundane shit that he's worked on over the years is why he's been able to be consistent. You feel me? If you do the hard shit effortlessly, bruh, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to win a Super Bowl at 43. Your 7th Super Bowl at 43. And you're going to propel yourself into a different... Like, think about it, bro. This man is a fucking hoarder. Any fucking thing that you want from a quarterback, he has it all, bro. He's going to have passing yards. He's going to have touchdowns. He's going to have completions. He's got the most rings. He has the most conference championships appearances. He's the first to go to the Super Bowl with 2 different conferences. He's the first to take his home team to the home game, bro. Like first to win in 3 different decades, bro. Like, he has it all, bro. Every time he does something, he's setting another record, bro. Every single time he does it, dog, he's setting another record, bro.
You know, not to get too off topic, man, but I got to ask y'all this because it was funny because for a second I felt this dread, right? Like when there's a moment after the game, after they win, the reporter asked him like, so Tom, everyone's going to have this question about next year and, we're coming back. He's like, I'm coming back. And it makes me, and it's crazy that I'm even pitching this, but is it possible that we're witnessing the second Tom Brady dynasty, bro? Like, is it fucking like, are we gonna watch the Bucks in multiple Super Bowls? Like, I'm wondering how y'all feel about that.
Nah, if they at least make the conference championship game again next year, bro, it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Because it's either gonna be 2 things, right? And both of those things could be true. Like, I was listening to Bomani Jones, and I'm usually agree with Bomani Jones, but I think listening to him, bro, you could tell this somebody who just doesn't understand just the feeling that this man puts in people, bro. Because, you feel me? Like, he's making an argument that the best version of Tom Brady didn't win a Super Bowl. But it was kind of flawed for him to say that. True. Didn't win a Super Bowl in 2007. True. Didn't win a Super Bowl in 2011. But he made it to the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who played their best. Aaron Rodgers has been awesome since 2007, his first year. He's only made the Super Bowl once. So what kind of point is that, dog? Right. You feel me?
The best version of Aaron Rodgers got knocked out by the Giants in the first round.
15-1, first round. You feel me? So Dan Marino only made it to 1. Like, so it's just, I don't really understand that argument that he was trying to provide, bro. Like, you feel me? It didn't make any sense. But if he does that, it's just, bro, it's like, at some point, this is going to be the first time I'm going to root against him because at some point, bro, let niggas eat, bro. Like, you gotta let people eat at this point, dog. You're good, bruh. Nobody's catching you, fam. Like, nobody's catching you, fam. Like, they had an IG and all the kids, like all the DBs was on the IG live after the locker room or whatever, and one of them was like, "Oh, she asking to see Tom," and the DB was like, "Bruh, Tom don't care about this, bruh. Like, you see him over there, bro. Like, this man, this is 7th Super Bowl. He don't care, bro. This is just another day to him, dog. Like, this man don't care, bro. Like, and it's the truth. It's like, bro, let people eat, bro. Like, I get it, bro. I get it, dog. But damn, bro.
Nah, Tom Brady's hogging everything, bro. Nobody can get any.
He's a sick bastard, man.
Yeah,
Tom Brady, and you know what though? And for me, and you know, I'm a Dolphins fan, so my perspective on Tom Brady most of my life was to hate him. Once he left the Buccaneers, I was free of that. I didn't have to you're not in the Patriots no more. So this is for the Patriots fans. Fuck you, Patriots fans. Fuck you guys. Not you, Gerson, but I'm talking to other Patriots fans, bro. Talking about, oh, that's my quarterback. Tom Brady will always be my quarterback. What about your team, nigga? What the fuck about worry about the Patriots. Tom Brady gonna be fine. We all knew that. But worry about the Patriots. I don't want to hear that, oh, Tom Brady, he's always gonna be my quarterback. No, he's not. Your quarterback was Cam Newton. Nah, I don't want to hear it, bro.
No, because at the end of the day,
I didn't see Heat fans rejoicing with Cavs fans when LeBron went to fucking Cleveland.
No, but that's LeBron. Me,
fuck out of here, bro.
Me, you're not talking about LeBron. D Wade. I was watching D Wade where I was a Bulls fan when D Wade was on the Bulls. I was on.
But that's basketball. Though. Football, no one ever does that, bro.
To Gerson's point, it's different because Patriot fans feel like he still could have been there if it wasn't for that fucking guy. LeBron left because he was like, y'all, fuck y'all, nigga. LeBron left because he thought like the team was falling apart. He saw a dying ship and just left. So that's why Heat fans was like, nah, fuck that nigga, life for life.
Fair enough. That's a fair point. But still, man, fucking.
No, but if you're a fan of someone, you can root for.
No, but there was plenty of Patriots. But no. I see some of these niggas on my Facebook, bro. There's plenty of Patriots fans who just like after last year, they're like, oh man, I think Tom Brady's done. Let's move on. These Patriots fans are now just like, you see, that's my boy Tommy. That's my boy Tommy B. It's just like, nigga, fuck you, bro. Like but y'all don't get to y'all didn't win with Tom Brady. Y'all watched him win like the rest of us do. So I don't want to hear that. Oh, that's my quarterback. No. You might have watched your favorite player win, but don't rejoice like it's y'all team winning. Y'all team worry about the Patriots. Don't worry about Tom Brady.
All right. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, as a fan of someone, when they win, bro, you feel like I understand where you coming from, but it's kind of like, come on, man, you just want people to be miserable when they not, bro. So I mean. No. I mean, only a fool actually thought the team would be good. The team was trash last year, but they had a good enough defense and they faced enough low enough competition where they looked better and the record was better. They were bad last year. I expected them to be bad. Cam Newton, I was hyped, and then I realized, oh yeah, this is not a 10. Never mind. So, like, it is what it is. Tom Brady won. He hooked up with a team that didn't know how to win. I absolutely believe that. And the biggest reason why I questioned them is, one, Tom Brady's old as shit. And two, even though everyone's talented and they did clean it up, in the beginning of the season, bro, they were doing dumb shit. They were making dumb decisions, bro. They was getting penalized.
Let me cut in, but let me point out the reason why nobody thought they could get to this point, because we put too much stock in Tom Brady being washed with the early season struggles and not enough stock into these motherfuckers didn't have a fucking training camp, bro. You feel me? It literally took till after the bye week for them to get rolling. After the bye week, they were a 32-point a game scoring team. They were a 410 yards per game offensive team. Like, they won 8 straight games. They're the first team in history to score 30 points in all 4 playoff games, bro. Like, they became a juggernaut. The thing is, though, and this is what I realized about it. I heard somebody mention this, right? The reason why none of that processes and nothing computes because, like, the Chiefs feel explosive. The Bucks are explosive, but in a baseball sense. They are a home run or strikeout team, bro. Like, it's either home run or nothing, bro. And that's why I never felt that way, bro. Like, Tom Brady led the league in air yards, bro. Tom Brady led the league in air yards. Mr. Checkdown. Mr. fucking throw to your fucking running backs. Led the league in air yards. He was throwing the ball all over the place, bro.
Bro, the nigga had like 12 touchdowns on go routes or some shit like that, bro. Like, but you would never guess it, bro.
Never felt like it.
Never, bro. Never felt like it, bro. But yeah, man, fucking Jesus, man. I just can't, like, Tom Brady is now finally being discussed being greater because he was already in that pantheon. You mentioned it earlier. He was already he matched Jordan. So we knew that, but now, and you know what it is? I think people, when it comes to them being shocked, because even them Chicos at my job, they were just like, yo, Tom Brady, because, you know, they don't really watch football like that, but like, yo, that nigga got 7. I'm just like, yeah, man, everybody thinks about Jordan. Jordan's 6-0 is so mystifying to people, bro. Like, when you go back and look at it, it's probably not as great as we all believe it to be, but it just has that effect. And now Tom Brady, that's 7-3. That shit's sexy, man. Yeah. That like to have a 7-3 record at champ. First of all, you've been to 10 championships. Like LeBron, for as great as LeBron is, and LeBron is in the GOAT conversation. If you say he's the GOAT, I ain't gonna argue with you. But 4-6 don't look as pretty as 7-3, man.
No, hell no. It's just not as appealing. And that's the thing. Like, shout out to Nike, bro, because they literally beat it. Like, they made you forget that this nigga Jordan lost the other 7 seasons, bro. Like, the nigga didn't go to the finals 15 for 15, bro. He played more than 6 seasons, bro. Like, right. But they just make it seem like he's only played 6 seasons and he won the championship every single time, bro.
There are people who believe that.
Yeah. Like you lost. Like, that's like it's crazy. Like, I get it. I understand it. Like, for LeBron, right, it's 4-6. It's just the finals record, bro. You lost the finals too by not making it there, bro. Like, so every time that you didn't make it, you lost the finals too, bro. Peyton Manning is 2-17, bro. He only has 2 championships, bro. You feel me? Like, Tom Brady is 7-20. Like, every time you don't make the Super Bowl, you lose, bro. But for whatever reason, we just hold it to a different standard, dog. Like, we penalize you for winning more games than you should have won, bro.
Hey, man, do you really want to be the first loser? Come on.
What does it mean? Actually, yeah, because I get a bonus for making the fucking game, bro. Like,
make a bonus,
like,
nigga, you lost.
That is the dumb.
They only remember the losses, bro. They don't. I mean, come on.
That's not true because everybody knows about the 90s Buffalo Bills. But what do you know about them? They went to 4 straight Super Bowls. They lost them all, which is horrible. But you know,
everybody knows about the fucking Pistons, bro.
The Pistons
out of the finals, bro. So what are you talking about?
I mean, in the sense of, like, at the end of the day, either you won or lost, and everyone really cares about the winner. And if they're talking about the loser, it's usually just the shit on them, bro.
Listen, I just think we hold it to people that we don't like. Because think about it, right? I was watching a thing with Thinking Basketball, like that YouTube channel I put you guys on, right? And it made me completely reevaluate how I approach my view on Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain is not better than Bill Russell, no more than me. Like, he is a stat monster because he was a fucking stat monster, bro. Like, he went out of his way to get. He is James Harden stat chasing on steroids, bro. Like, this man had the lowest assist rate to points scored. Like, he was a black hole, bro. You feel me? And it let me know that his team was almost as good as Bill Russell's team. It's just these guys just make it to the Hall of Fame because they just won. Because on the back of fucking Bill Russell. You feel me? And there's just little things like that. I don't even know how that ties into what the fuck I was talking about, bro. Like I'm trying to figure like how do I get back, but whatever, right? But okay, yeah, I'm tripping. But it speaks to it, right? A lot of people don't hold stuff against Will Chamberlain because they see, oh, this nigga scored 50 points a game. This nigga scored 100 points in a game. What the hell? Why did he win more? His team had to be trash. No, nigga, he is the person that we should be holding against all his fucking failures against him. You feel me? But we don't. We don't dislike him. People dislike LeBron James. So they go out of their way to point out the 4 and 6, dog. You feel me? I think we are inconsistent with being consistent on how we talk about athletes, right? Like Joe Montana. There's no argument for Joe Montana because the nigga won four out of 4, bro. Shut the fuck up, dog.
Well,
He never threw an interception in the Super Bowl.
Listen, but I hate when people say that because they use the Jordan argument. The only reason the Jordan argument works is because, yes, I have 6 and you only have 4. I don't care if you went to 10. You only have 4, bro. What are you talking about? So you was, all I wanted to say is just more like, stop trying to make it equal, bro. Yeah, he won 4, but Tom Brady got 7 now, bro. And he had 6, and he had 5. Even if you counted the loss, he still had more than him. So why would you question that? It doesn't make any sense telling me 4 for 4, never interception. Then if he's so great, why he ain't go to 7 or 10?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Bro, I mean, that's the thing with people, man. Like, when it comes down to, and it becomes, Tom Brady is the type of guy that makes these type of things more obvious. But some people just can't give a nigga credit. Like, some people they just like, it's really fascinating when you think about it. Like, there are some people who really believe in their mind. Like, if you tell them Tom Brady's a GOAT, they look at you like, oh my God, you're one of them. Like, what do you mean I'm one of them?
I think it's impossible at this point now.
There are people who will make a case for Joe Montana. There are people who will make a case for anybody else. I don't heard a nigga throw Terry Bradshaw name out there, man. Hey, your argument is in shambles, boy. But like, at this point, like, I just feel like, listen, you don't have to like Tom Brady. Like, there's a difference between liking a guy and respecting what he's done and what he is. Like, at the end of the day, you don't have to like Tom Brady, but you have to look at what he's done and be like Tom Brady at this point has beaten the life out of haters, bro. What can you say? What can you say? All you can say, the worst thing you can say about the 2 worst things you can say about Tom Brady is that they blew the perfect season, which doesn't fucking matter anymore. That's just 1 out of 10 Super Bowls.
Think about it. Okay. Right. That's the worst thing you can say about it to Tom Brady. But think about the context. He led the scoring drive to go up 14-10. His defense gave up the touchdown. His defense gave up the most ridiculous fucking whatever. Yeah. You feel me? He did his job in that game. Should he put up more points? Fair. But in that moment, the last thing that he did on that field was score a touchdown for his team, bro.
Absolutely right. The second worst thing you could say is he had just about a 10-year stretch where he didn't win a Super Bowl. But if you take those 10 years, he still has a Hall of Fame career in those 10 years, nigga. Even he went to 2 Super Bowls and lost and had a Hall of Fame career in that time span, nigga. In between championships, bro. So those are what else can you say? Oh, he's a cheater? Get the fuck out of here. You can't say he's a cheater now because are you gonna tell me the Bucks cheat? He went to a whole other organization and won. So you can't even use that card. Like, bro, just give credit where credit. What's wrong with giving credit where credit's due? That's all I'm saying.
They're not gonna do that, bro. Let me just pick y'all brain as far as the greatest athlete though. Like, if you had to actually have a top 5, like your top 5 greatest athletes of your lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we could go with people like all stuff like that. I understand Wayne Gretzky. I understand Wayne Gretzky is more dominant in his sport than probably anybody else ever. Like I get that. I just didn't watch it. You feel me? I don't watch hockey, and I wasn't really around during his peak. You feel me? It would have been dope to see. So I can't really say that. But I want to ask you guys, I know this, and this is random. We didn't even talk about this, give y'all guys what's it called? Just off the top, your couple guys that you can say, okay, these are the greatest people I've ever seen do it. And you could pick multiple sports. You could pick the same sport depending on how you feel about it.
Okay, I will have to go with LeBron, Bones Jones.
Yeah, John Jones.
John Jones. Okay. Floyd Mayweather. And that's it, bro. I don't know any other sports like that that commented on it.
So I'm not gonna repeat those names because I totally agree with all those guys. But I'll add. I mean, you gotta say Serena Williams, bro. Serena Williams is and I'm someone who I'm not gonna say I used to watch tennis a lot more back in the day. I catch it here and there, but like back when I was like really into tennis, like it's. You know that she's.
I changed the channel once I see tennis on.
What? Tennis be lit. What? Tennis is a lit. Why you trip, bro? Listen, man. Some of those tennis matches, bro. Fucking.
Listen. Tennis. You don't even have to understand tennis, but the fact that the skill of tennis is so obvious that you just have to respect it, dog. Like the actual skill, because you gotta think about it. These balls, especially on the men's side, it's coming at 120 miles, my nigga. Like it's 120 mile serves that niggas is hitting back, bro.
Facts, bro. And I think people very underestimate how crazy it is to fucking have to deal with that. And to add to that, I think Serena Williams, you already said Mayweather. You already said LeBron. Actually, you know what? This I don't want this to be. I'm not saying he's like a GOAT or anything. I got to throw KD in there too. I think KD is incredible. Like I don't think we've ever seen an NBA player like that. Like he's incredible. When it comes to football, I gotta go Tom Brady, obviously. Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. Those are like, baseball. I'm not as adept at baseball as I am the other sports, but I'm going to say this because I didn't agree with this at first, but I got to say Clayton Kershaw, bro. Because I've watched him in the regular season at least. He has the bad postseason rep, but like watching that nigga in the regular season, bro, ooh, shit's a spectacle every time that nigga got on the mound, bro. That nigga was incredible to watch. Damn, I can't really think of. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, those really Mayweather, LeBron. Those are really the best ones. Serena. I guess I could say Tiger. I don't really watch golf, but
it's funny because when Gerson said Floyd Mayweather, I was like, oh wow, yeah. So for me, Floyd Mayweather, Lewis Hamilton. That's F1 racing. For people who don't know. Jimmy Johnson, that's NASCAR. Like, nigga won like 6 fucking NASCAR championships in 10 years, bro. Crazy. Tom Brady. It's like we've been spoiled. Like me just rolling off the names, we've been spoiled. Like our era, we've for sure seen the greatest quarterback of all time. For sure. We've seen probably the greatest 3 quarterbacks of all time, bro. Right. Peyton, Aaron Rodgers, maybe 4. Peyton, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes.
We didn't even throw Drew Brees in.
We didn't even throw Drew Brees in there. He don't even make that cut. We might have seen the 4 greatest quarterbacks of all time, bro. We might got to see that. Right. We definitely got to see at least the two out of the 3 greatest basketball players of all time. Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. If you wanted like just off of skill, like you said, KD, like certain, but just off of everything from skill to dominance and championships. Michael Jordan, LeBron. I got to be a part of that. Lewis Hamilton, like I said. Serena Williams. Tiger Woods. Like, this is insane, bro. Like, this is insane, bro, that we have been spoiled by such dominant athletes who, I mean, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. These are just the people that we all got to witness, dog. Like, bruh. Like, this is insane. We've been spoiled. Like, me just talking about this right now, it makes me realize how much we've been spoiled. Like, absolutely been spoiled. Because they always say you have the greatest of your generation. The problem is a lot of these dudes are the greatest of their generation and other people's generations, dog. Tom Brady's the greatest of any generation. Don't matter where you look. You feel me? Michael Jordan's the greatest of any generation. LeBron's the greatest of any generation. Tiger Woods, at worst, is the second greatest of any generation. Second only to Jack Nicholson or Jack Nicklaus. Lewis Hamilton has the most F1 races of all time, bro. He did that. He's the greatest of any generation, bro. Like, Serena Williams, greatest of any generation. Michael Phelps, greatest of any generation, bro. Like, Usain Bolt ran a 9.5, fell off, ran a 9.7.
Floyd undefeated.
Like, Yeah, bro, we've been spoiled, bro. But yeah, man, this was a good year though, man. Like, I'm happy that the pandemic kind of threw things in a wrench, but we got to experience sports because this is the shit. What it's about. Like, listen to the enthusiasm that we have. Just speaking about something that we find passionate about. Like, it's a passion. I love football. I'm always gonna love football till the day I fucking die. And it gave me the reason to even do this podcast, dog. So I just want to say thank football for another season. And I cannot wait till the draft, baby.
Yes, sir. I am also looking forward to the draft. This season, man, I gotta say, especially considering it was the COVID season, it will always probably be considered the COVID season. It just had such a storybook feel to it. Once we got all the way to the end, bro, and once we got to the final chapter and then the conclusion, like this was just another one of Tom Brady was a protagonist this year, bro. This was just another year of him claiming his one piece, bro. But we calling it her. We calling it on the pod. All right. Hey, to all the folks who listen to us regularly, man, I appreciate you. I know I done had a couple people tell me like, oh, I listen to your podcast. I thank you guys. I know Herb and G Baby feel the same, and we'll be back again next week. We won't be doing football until the draft, but the Couch Bros are going to be talking guests on the couch, and we got a couple other things coming up. So, deuces.
Yup.
All right.